Welcome, YouTube friends. Smash like and subscribe and say hello in the comments as we tip our hats to some of the players who, like the rest of us mere mortals, will be watching the World Cup from the comfort of their living rooms. Michael Lahoud and yours truly have created our best starting 11s of players whose countries failed to qualify for the World Cup. This one should be fun. Qué Golazo begins right now. Everybody, welcome to Qué Golazo pod on Twitter, youtube.com/Qué Golazo, your CBS Sports and your CBS Sports app. The World Cup mania this summer of our content heading up to November in Qatar continues, and we have a super fun one today. Michael Lahoud is in the house looking good, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing well, almost so much so I had to clear my throat. The power of this content compels me.
I love it. I love it. You were so excited. You were like, I'm doing so well.
Well, it's like an exorcism, just purging this lineup out of me.
Somebody inside you was going to tell Luis that you're doing well. I'm doing well. Welcome, Michael Lahoud. Welcome, everybody. No better person to join me today as we have some fun today. We're going to tell you our starting 11 of players who are not going to be at the World Cup. It's going to be super, super fun. A few things. First of all, this is mine and Michael's starting 11. It's not necessarily the best that you may think. It's what we think will make a complete starting 11. There might be some emotional connotations to these lineups. Maybe, maybe not. But you will have to wait and see. There's another rule, by the way, and that's that a maximum of 2 players per national team can feature in our lineups. Other than that, it's a free reign, free for all. So here you have it. This is going to be our World Cup players who are not at the World Cup starting 11. Michael Lahoud, I want to begin with you. Give it to me, baby. What is it? Let's see it.
So I'm going with a 4-3-3 Quattro Trace for those of us who are hitting the SAP button. I'm going to start up top. Erling Haaland, big move to Manchester City. Enough said. This guy is the master of Norway. And then, of course, we're going to flip-flop that. Lucho Diaz, Liverpool connection between he and Mohamed Salah. You just can't have either of them not there. I was thinking of Riyad Mahrez because he's just a boss like that, but Salah pips him because the golden boot in the midfield. This is where I think it could get very interesting. Tough decisions. Frank Kessie, Serie A champion with AC Milan, defensive midfielder. We've seen him play there with Cote d'Ivoire and AC Milan. I like him there, giving solidarity. Marco Verratti, the only presence of the Italian national team that I like in this midfield because he's just an artist with the ball. And then, of course, Martin Odegaard. Never thought I'd pick an Arsenal player, but I picked him. He had a decent season. There's Zinchenko. He's played center midfield for Ukraine. I like him at left back. He won Manchester City the Premier League championship coming off the bench and changing the game. And then, of course, David Alaba, Champions League winner with Real Madrid. Eric Bailey. Had to pick a Manchester United player. Why not him? Don't have a good enough reason other than the fact that he plays for United for now. And then, of course, Juan Cuadrado, typically a right winger or right midfielder. He has played right back for Juventus, had to find a way to get him on the field. And then the wall that is Jan Oblak. He is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, continues to be. And that is my starting 11, best 11 that's not going to the World Cup.
I love it. I love it. We have a lot of similarities here. I knew you had to have a Manchester United player in Eric Bailey. I knew that had to happen, of course. Frank Kessie, clearly. Cuadrado's interesting to me, but I understand it, of course. Let me 2 Colombians, by the way, so you reached your max there. Was there anybody not in this lineup that you were just like, my God, I want to put him in, but I don't think I can? Is there anybody out there? An honorable mention, perhaps?
I love my African countries. There's a young player from I think he plays at PSV, Sangare. I was thinking of putting him in because he's highly touted and a player that a lot of clubs are going for. And up top as well, I'm going to go Africa again. Victor Osimhen. We've talked about him time and time again. Nigeria didn't make it. He is a young star in the making. Arsenal wanted to break the bank for him. Napoli said, no, ciao, we're going to keep him. And I believe the fee is, 80, 90 million euros right now. Shows you how good and how crucial he is for his club. And
absolutely. Absolutely. Great stuff, man. It's unbelievable. As I'm looking at your lineup, how many good players we're not going to see at the World Cup. It's kind of insane. Insane. All right. Well, we're going to take a break, everybody. And when we come back, I'll give you my starting 11 and Michael will chime in. So, Qué Golazo, the best players not at the World Cup, starting 11 with Michael Lahoud, LME. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to Qué Golazo. World Cup fever continues at the World Cup content here on Qué Golazo. Michael Lahoud has given us his starting 11. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Michael. So just a reminder for everybody, okay? You need a maximum of 2 players of a nation, and this is our starting 11, okay? Our starting 11. So let me give you mine. You went with a 4-3-3. I'm going with a 3-4-3. I'm going with a 3-4-3. Let's go from the bottom. All right. Straight away, everybody, you need to know something. Pedro Galese is the best goalkeeper that's never played in Europe that you've never heard about, okay? I know you're going to give me your Donnarummas, your Jan Oblaks. Pedro Galese deserves to get a mention, and I cannot not have a Peruvian here. So Galese will be my first call-up for the starting 11. All right, then I'm going with a 3 center back, Michael Lahoud. I'm going to go with Bastoni. Okay, one of the most sought-after center backs from Italy. He gives you that old-school conventional vibe as well. A very, very good player, of course. Now, something interesting about next to him, by the way, you may not have heard of him. I'm not sure. I'm sure you have. I don't know if the audience has. Edmund Tapsoba. Okay, speaking of great center backs, this kid is the real deal, all right? Burkina Faso international. He narrowly missed out on a 3rd-place spot at AFCON. Super reliable at Bayer Leverkusen, only joined in January. Again, he's just 23 as well. And of course, David Alaba, as you mentioned as well, one of the most underrated center backs in Europe, I think. By the way, 3 times Champions League winner, La Liga winner. He's won the Bundesliga 10 times, and he's still only 29. It's unbelievable. And one more thing about Bastoni, by the way, he's 23. He's been capped 35 times, Michael.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. All right. And he's been capped at Italy every level as well. A great ball-playing center back. So that's my center backs. I got with Lucho Diaz. I had to cheat a little bit. So I needed to have Lucho Diaz kind of like, and by the way, this graphic doesn't do it justice. So obviously I have Lucho Diaz further up, okay? But Lucho Diaz, he's had a ridiculous introduction to the Premier League. He has to be in there. Verratti, I had a battle between him and Barella because I love Barella, but I think Verratti is made to be this like fortified kind of Bash Brothers duo next to Frank Kessie, who you also picked as well. Frank, I mean, listen, Kessie, what he's going to do with Barcelona is going to be amazing. And by the way, his passing ability is really remarkable, constantly involved in build-up play. So I like Kessie and Verratti. I think that's kind of sexy. John McGinn, I had to put him in. So I had to kind of make him as a right winger, but he's not really. He's going to be, it's more of a diamond. But you cannot not give me John McGinn, okay? Okay, yes, it's personal. But if you look closer, he's everything you want in the midfield. He's a box-to-box midfielder with a knack for the amazing when it comes to long goals. And his 13 goals, by the way, under Scotland, under Steve Clarke, are bettered only by a single manager, only when Ian McCall and also Ali McCoy's did it when he was managed by Andy Roxburgh. So, John McGinn, you're in there. You have to be in there. Up top, very similar to you, Michael Lahoud. Erling Haaland, it's a no-brainer. Mohamed Salah is a no-brainer. And I do have Victor Osimhen. He is so good, and I'm just a fan of him. He 18 times he's made 6 assists in 32 games, 18 goals and 6 assists in 32 games last season, and also for Nigeria as well. Scored 15 goals and 8 assists in just 23 games as well. Had he been healthy, God, what can he offer as well? And my honorable mentions are similar to yours as well. I believe I have, who do I have? I have Odegaard as an honorable mention, Christian Cueva as an honorable mention. Of course, Mahrez, Nico Varela, Ibrahimovic, and Sebastian Haller as well. They would be in my honorable mention. But that's my starting 11. What do you think?
First, I have to ask you, in that front three, why 3-4-3 and not 3-5-2? Because I look at Osimhen playing in that right wing position, and I just wonder what could be with him and Haaland playing up top together and Salah underneath.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I think that when you have Erling Haaland, everything has to, at least from a physical presence, has to just support that. So you need Osimhen on one side, Salah on the other. But I could have easily gone with a 2 up because also you also need Lucho Diaz to push up further up. as well. And as you saw, I don't really have a right winger. Go, John McGinn just doing his thing, but I don't care. I needed to have John McGinn in there. So that's why I said, everybody, this is our starting 11. Okay, I don't care what you think. All right, so I want everybody out there to tell us what you think, and also give us your starting 11 of the best players not at the World Cup. What do you think, guys? Do you like mine more, Michael Lahoud's? Come on, people. If you're Peruvian, you're going with me easily.
Well, it brings me to my second question. How many bottles of whiskey did you have when you put John McGinn in there? Because that was like a wait, what? But then again, I say some might say the same thing with bottles of tequila for me with Eric Bailey.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look, can I just say something? I know it's a Villa thing, but John McGinn is ridiculous, especially for the national team. He is so good. I know. There's other players in there, but that's what we said at the beginning of this. It's more of a personal starting 11. It will be so boring if we put the same people. I wanted Varela in there over Verratti, but I think Verratti, both of us made that choice the correct way, right? Over that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's a lock. Italy's in a bad way right now, but a guy who's consistently in a good way because of that consistency is Marco Verratti. Does it for club. And he was somewhat injured at the Euros, was still able to contribute for Italy last season.
Yeah, and did you like my Tapsoba choice? I mean, that's pretty.
Oh my gosh, that one was been crying out for people to watch this guy, and I don't think how many just African center backs get the love they deserve.
Yeah, Koulibaly
and that's to play the ball on the ground. Koulibaly is the only one. This kid is the next iteration. He's a baller.
He's so good, but so are both our picks. I like both our starting 11s. But let us know, everybody, in the comment section. And if we tweet this out, please reply. What is your starting 11 of the players that are not going to the World Cup? Remember, 2 players maximum per nation. Can't wait to see what you guys get cooking. Michael Lahoud, always a pleasure. Final thoughts before we say goodbye, buddy.
I wish I could be the manager of either of our starting 11s not going to the World Cup. And, look, this makes me want world football, European football to get back. Seeing just the storylines, all these players, new clubs, old clubs, championships to be won. Cannot wait for this next season.
I know. It's so annoying that this summer doesn't have a men's World Cup. It's really ridiculous. But hey, it's fine. We'll wait until November, I guess. But anyway, Michael Lahoud, always a pleasure. At Mike Lahoud, make sure to follow all his content on social, as well as part of our CBS Sports Qué Golazo family. Well, plenty more Qué Golazo to come as well every single weekday during the entire summer. Fabrizio Romano content, World Cup content, and much, much more. Michael Lahoud, LME, have a fantastic rest of your week. We'll see you next time. Till then.